We had plans to do a bunch of work this morning on analysis of cars per man hour, which is kind of the driving factor of like how we remain profitable. And so now that person's terminated. I don't have that person to do the do the work. So therefore I'm having to do the work this morning. And that's one of the things as an entrepreneur or a business owner, you've got to be willing to do the work, and you've also got to draw the line in the sand with people. As you're working with folks, they'll take advantage of the situation and think that you may not remove them from the job just because you don't want to do the work. So you have to be vigilant about, staying at that point where you're willing to do whatever it takes. So when we get to the point to where we're ready to terminate someone, there's many things that happen up to that event. I like to give people the benefit of the doubt and coach them along and try to get them to correct whatever behavior that they're doing. But there's also what I consider, a grave mistake that you really can't, not terminate. Lying, cheating, stealing, manipulation for their own personal benefit. Those types of things reveal character flaw. A character flaw that really, no matter what they do or change, you're always doubting what they're going to do. Terminating someone is not fun. It's not easy. It's probably one of the most difficult things to do in the job. But being willing to do it at the time that's necessary is probably one of the most important things. And I think that it's one of the aspects that has made our organization so successful, is that when there's a problem, we're willing to address it. And I always say, yes, I make a mess, but I'm also willing to clean it up. And when you get to where you got to terminate somebody, that's what I call cleaning it up. So what we just discovered, we've got a little bit of a labor issue going on. We're not hitting our cars per man hour that we need to remain profitable. So what we did is we went back to the payroll period. We went and reviewed the entire period. We found that they had about 7 weather days, but even on the good days, they weren't managing their labor correctly. So instead of going back 2 weeks and trying to manage that way, we've decided that we are going to start with what's most recent and just go back the day before, and then that way we can correct the behavior. So you've got to, whenever you're trying to do stuff like this, it's got to be recent. That's the only way you can manage, is the day. That's one reason we do the daily rec, is that's how you manage, it's got to be fresh. If it's over a day or two old, we've washed thousands of cars, we forgot what happened, who was on. Days run together, we're all busy, so that's why this is really important. Yesterday, you want me to show you? Yeah. So this is a report that we turn out. This is for our payroll period, so you can see 1st through the 15th. Our payroll period's 1st through the 15th. So we have 4 stores in operation, so we have a report for every store. And so we have conversations in here about what's going on those reports. One thing that we're experiencing right now is the 1st through the 15th, that payroll period should be processed on the 16th, 17th, or the 18th at the latest. Right now, it is, what is today? The 27th. So we just got this report on the 26th. So we're 8 days later than we should be. So now we're butting up against a deadline, which makes the analysis of the reports and stuff much more difficult to do. And it's just, you know, again, owning your own business, man, it's a grind. You got to stay on top of it. We've got 60 individuals that are working here. Getting the right person in the right position is everything. We've had, you know, people come and go over the years that are overachievers and can get stuff done on deadlines and understand the importance of getting things done in a timely manner and help on, you know, contributing to the greater good. But this is a huge challenge in owning your own business, is getting people who see what's important, work and get those important things done in a timely manner. It's kind of like herding cats.
When you start getting large like Jeff is doing and wants to have an aggressive expansion plan, you got to get people in that have very specific expertise levels in order to manage and maintain and grow these types of businesses. There's a lot of hands-on, day-to-day, minute-by-minute, hour-by-hour things that have to be monitored and checked and taught and disseminated to so many different people in the company that one person just can't handle it all. So you have to go out and find and attract high-quality talent in order to be able to do that. I heard this saying a long time ago, you know, we're in the people business, we just happen to wash cars. A good friend of mine told me that. And I believe that. I believe we are in the people business, and it's not just our people, it's customers. You know, our goal is to be of service to the customer. You know, our company mantra is we want customers and employees for life, not just for today. Our goal is to build long-term relationships with our staff and with our clientele base. We want to be a trusted brand and a trusted name in this, not only in the towns that we're in, but in the industry in general. We want to be a top-notch performer, a premium brand, a premium company. But it starts with boots on the ground. We are not going to be successful, we can't be successful if we don't have good people, we don't treat them well, we don't pay them well. We're not going to have a good end product. We want our staff to care. We want our staff to care about every customer as an individual. You're not just a number to us. Is that desire to grow and train and teach our team members and, you know, grow and teach even our customer base and get educational information in their hands so they can make wise, informed decisions about upkeeping their $30, $40, $50, $60,000 whatever vehicle.
You know, we've been ironing it out and trying to figure out, you know, what it is that makes our business so special. And, you know, the answer is everything. Like, from, you know, the dealing with kids and customers every day. People lose their mind over an $8 car wash, like you wouldn't believe it. And it's just, it's so rewarding at the end. You know, I tell everybody it's a simple formula: in dirty, out clean and dry. But there's 140 feet of just complete chaos that can happen in the middle, and that's what makes it exciting. And then you add on top of that, you know, the average age is like 20 years old. So I remember what I was like at 20 years old. You know, it's like wrangling salamanders. So for me, you know, this business has given me everything that I've built up, you know, my entire life, working and trying, and this sums it all up into one like beautiful, chaotic, you know, building. And I'm telling you, like, that's what I told them. That's what everyone needs to see, that it's not just soap and water, that there's so much more behind it. And maybe I'm the storyteller, or maybe I'm the feels guy, but I gotta tell you, man, this is what dreams are made of. Like if you can get good at it, you know, it's taken me all over the United States, just washing cars, Huntsville, Alabama, you know, Miami, Florida, and now, you know, Kentucky. So, you know, let's just stay on this ride and this roller coaster until it's done.
as a result of being on the lending side and now the investment banking side, I've had a chance to look at a lot of different industries, and it's given me a chance to also analyze industries and analyze the good, the bad, and the the obstacles that come with each individual industry. It's a good combination to have as we look at the car wash industry. As a community bank president and community bank loan officer, I was able to see all the small businesses around town, and primarily in Western Kentucky and in Nashville as well. I see the value now in the car wash industry. Car wash industry has value in that it is an experience, is something that everybody has a car. Even if you don't own a home, you own a car, and some people that don't own a home value the car the most, so it attracts that kind of client who may not be as wealthy, but also the main asset. So the main asset is a car, so they want to keep their car clean and looking special.
It's the most active space I've seen. For one, I was kind of brought into the car wash space by default, like I said, when I was doing a lot for Walmart and things like that. And so, yeah, I think it was actually by default. Being in this space, I've seen a lot of people have success, a lot of people that are mom and pop that have grown and their families have thrived. That's the most exciting thing for me about the space. I think it's red hot. I think you're going to see an incredible amount of development. I think that there's going to be operators that have a lot of success over the next year or two. I think that there's not a business that's hotter right now.
The industry is very fragmented, and by that I mean a lot of different owners. It's not dominated by a McDonald's or a Wendy's. It has multitude of ownership, and I would say there's probably less than 5% concentration in the car wash industry, meaning no one owns more than about 5% of it. And so because of that, there's a lot of opportunity to grow, especially many people think about car washes as the old hand wash. You pull in, you get out of your car, you put quarters in, you hand wash, and then you have to go pay to do the vacuum. And that is an industry somewhat like I like to compare it to the phone booth industry, the pay phone. It served its time, but it looks like the express wash is where the industry is going today. And a little bit about the express wash is you go in, you never get out of your car, you go through a queue and you're inside, your car runs through a wash, and it comes out clean. Now, most car washes, your car gets clean, but the reason that we think some providers of this express wash exceed others' expectations because they actually make sure the car is clean. There's a difference in a clean car and a car that got wet.
I mean, it's an income-producing asset, right? It's an income-producing real estate asset that I think it's no secret, like I said, the EBITDA, the margins can run even at 50%, right? Or higher or lower, depending on how lean you run your wash. But the fact that we saw it's pandemic-proof, that was no secret. The fact that EBITDA multiples are skyrocketing, being able to develop these washes, have a good return on your investment if you want to just operate it. And the family aspect of it, man, it's a legacy, something that I can pass down to my son or learn more about the business. Jeff, his family can stay in the business together with it and partner with great groups to take them further as well.
Cheetah Clean continues to expand in Western Kentucky. It's a brand that has attracted outside investors, and we're talking about people that know not only the industry, but know how to make money and how to grow a brand. And the Fields Cheetah car wash industry company inside this industry has become a very attractive brand. Not only do you get a good experience, but it's done a great job on social media making it known and reminding people about what the brand means: fast, efficient, clean. And so the experience at Cheetah Clean, I think, is going to be somewhat of a model of the industry going forward.
Roughly 5 years ago, and got into the car wash business by selling a lot of land for Walmart. The common denominator on people that were buying Walmart out parcels were car washes at the time. This was about 5 years ago. And started to see that, you know, car washes, obviously now it's no secret. Mister's trading, you know, publicly traded at 33 times EBITDA multiple, and that's where we're at, right? If you break it down into a cap rate, that's, you know, a 3% cap rate, and you see that's less than, you know, office space, retail, everything that I've been a part of in the past, and just seeing operators expand and flourish in this space has been something really cool to watch.
You might ask, why would an investment banker want to be involved with the car wash industry? You think of the car wash is, you know, some old 70s movies or something about car wash, or having to stop and wash your own car. The car wash industry has a lot of very good dynamics about it. From an investment banking standpoint, you have an industry where people all have cars. They all want to keep their car clean because it's sometimes the first impression anybody makes. The second part that makes it very attractive is all of these car washes now are prepaid, so you're never having to wait to get paid. You're paid in advance. You never have the time delay or the risk of not being paid. The secret sauce to the car wash business and the express is having memberships. Memberships mean that you pay a monthly fee off your credit card, and you can wash as many times you want to. Why is that attractive? We don't have to worry about collecting. We don't have to worry about handling cash. We don't have to worry about receivables, waiting to see if I'm going to get the money in. We get it up front before they ever wash the car once. Very attractive. It takes one of the risk factors out of industries, manufacturing, healthcare, auto dealers, all of that is just really has a lot of, that's an obstacle, and this one takes that obstacle out.
For the car wash guys, I've operated a car wash. I've, you know, done site selection. I've sold car washes. You know, we have a portfolio of over billions of dollars worth of sales, and so being able to maximize value for the operators, like Jeff, like other people that are trying to get, whether it's the highest multiple on the back end for an exit, or they're trying to just grow their business through organic greenfield site selection, from helping them find operators to helping them find the best builders. You know, there's a lot of opportunity for young men and women to really flourish in this space.
Well, if I order tires and somebody overseas sent them and they're sitting off of the dock, I don't plan on paying them until they're at my shop so I can sell them. So there's a delay. Everybody's got a delay. We never have that in the car wash industry. If somebody wants a car wash, they not only order it, they order it by pushing a button and driving through the queue, and they've already paid. The car wash industry doesn't have to wait to be paid. It is paid on the spot in advance. So they don't have to have a lot of, car wash industry has, the good news is you can build a car wash, and that's about when you have completed your risk. Once you have it built, you make payments on that car wash. You don't have lines of credit and receivables you're hoping to get in. You are getting your money in advance, and you let people go through, and you're paid before they ever wash the car once. Where if I'm the tire industry, and that you can multiply that by any other industry and all sorts of other businesses, you're still waiting to get the tires before you can sell them, and then waiting, you know, to get paid if you're the producer of the tires until they get there, and they may be stuck in the port. So that you have none of that in the car wash industry. It's very liquid, and it's very easy to run. You may invest $2 to $5 million to start a car wash, and then you might be able to run it with 3 people. And you know, if you build a McDonald's or you build a Chick-fil-A, it's a similar cost of up to $5 million. But you may take 40 people to run a food industry, and you got the food could go bad, you have quality issues, but guess what? Water comes out about the same. Once you have the equipment in, you don't have many opportunities for pilot error, or in this case, cook error, or any kind of error, because it's usually just, it's all mechanical, and you could run it with 2 or 3 people. Many people in the industry want to run it very lean and not prep the car. It's still successful. The most successful though, that's a McDonald's model. Jeff's model and the Cheetah Clean model is more of a Chick-fil-A model. It's going to be a little higher quality, probably might cost slightly more, but you're going to, when you get through, you want the value. You want to feel good, like you had a great experience, and that's what you'll get at Cheetah Clean. And it's why many smarter investors and people in the industry are going the route of not only express, but prepping it so you get a good experience.
Just putting together strategies every day on how we're going to increase sales, how we're going to take it to the next level. We still do a lot of prep, where a lot of car washes have abandoned that concept. So we want to take that customer service to the next level, let them know that we haven't forgotten what got us here. I host the daily sales call and recap call every day to help drive each location in their sales goals and help recognize those that are doing great. And prior to coming here, it was a free-for-all. They would just rotate through in sales just because they thought it was the easy position. It's turning out that I'm teaching them that that's not the easiest position at all. That's actually probably one of the hardest positions in this business, is that sales advisor, because you can wash cars all day long, but if you're not selling and you're not upselling and you're not making that customer that first impression, then we don't have customers at all.
The real value in the car wash industry, we think, is more like the Chick-fil-A model. The service is superior, the queue is fast, the product is a good experience. You like what you get when you wait in line and get through the Chick-fil-A. We think the same thing is going to be in the car wash. There's still the Rallies of the world and some other entities you can get a good cheap burger, but if you really want a good experience with food, we think Chick-fil-A model is kind of the way that we think the industry is going. And those will be the ultimate success stories.
And at the end of the day, as you grow and scale, you can't do it all. You have to have people in your corner. You have to have people that you trust, that can do what you need them to do. But in order to do that, you've got to train them. You've got to show them. It's very hard to find technicians to repair car washes. So what's the alternative for us? Well, let's train someone within. That's what this whole business is about, is making people better. That's has to do a lot with my management philosophy. I love training, I love showing people, I love making a difference in their lives, and I love to see that growth and expansion. I love to see when that light clicks for them and they get it. But in order to get there, it takes time. It takes time and effort. And customers don't like to pull up to a car wash where half the equipment's working or you're down all the time. They're paying us every month for a subscription for a service. If we can't provide that service, what good are we?
The other side of this is you're so focused on being the best and achieving that you sometimes forget that you have to be best friends with who would consider like your direct competition or your mortal enemy. Like you're seeing people there, and I know mortal enemy sounds pretty harsh, but I mean, think about it. You got a car wash right across town and you're all using the same equipment, but hey man, my pump broke down, and you're like, shit, what am I gonna do? But you call over, if you have a good relationship, maybe he lends you that pump. I don't know. There's so many dynamics of, you end up recycling people, employees and staff and executives, that with Jeff and Cheetah Clean, like, you're talking to the owner, you're making decisions that are making a difference. And now in a small town like Bowling Green, you're making that difference, and now we're exploding and we're expanding and we're trying to become, the next big thing. To me, that's what it's all about. That's exciting.
Cheetah Clean has mirrored that model that allows you to have an experience, not just a clean car. And what Jeff Fields and that team has brought to the car wash industry is one, a branding, tremendous branding. Why Cheetah? Cheetah's fast, it's efficient. If you've ever been to Africa or even to the zoo, you know about a cheetah. But the main thing is it's fast and efficient, and it's an attractive animal too. So you go into Cheetah Clean, as an example, though the sites are attractive, the wash is very good. They clean the car, they prep the car ahead of time. There's people there. So not only do you get the feeling of someone's taking care of your car before it goes through the actual wash, but you get the face-to-face contact that gives you a sense of the value. Hey, somebody's here looking out for me and my car, so it helps with the experience.
As we've seen over the years, we are becoming much, much more professional in what we do. Many more professionals are coming into this industry every day. I mean, we're doing, this industry is washing roughly 8 million cars a day and $11 billion in revenue. That's a B with a billion. That's because we're getting education into the public's hands. That car washes are safe, they're fast, they're efficient, but the other side is they're multi-million-dollar entities. We need to act like that and treat it as such. We're gonna be professional in every aspect of what we do. And the technology is just becoming light years ahead of what it was. I mean, you've got delivery stations now, you can dial this stuff in so tight that you can barely have a mixture ratio change with the turn of a dial. It allows you to really dial in that cost per car, really dial in your expenses. Everything is computer controlled now. It used to be a guy just to take cash and write a ticket on a window and stick it in your car. Now everything's electronic, everything's kept up. It gives the owner much more hands-on to see exactly where the dollars are going, where the dollars are coming from, what's being sold, what's not being sold, to give you a better opportunity to fine-tune your services, to give the customers what they want. It used to be in the day you'd have a menu with 100 items on it. Well, who wants to read that? Nobody. The menus have become simpler with simple operations. It's 3 or 4 washes, maybe an interior package, and that's it. And we bundle it to give the customer a little bit of flexibility on price, but to make it as smooth of an operation for us as possible. And in our industry, like a lot of industries, anywhere you can save time, you're saving money. You're saving on costs. And some of that savings does get passed on to the customer as well in the form of these unlimited programs. That allows us to really run the unlimited and be successful with it. So technology is coming so far, and there's just so many things on the horizon, so many advancements. I mean, there are so many advances coming into this industry that it is just, it's amazing to be a part of. It's always something new every day, and we're constantly in a state of learning. The moment you quit learning and growing is the moment you shrivel up and die.